Okay, let's dive into a full body posture correction workout, starting off with walking. Do not underestimate the power of walking. Every step you take is torquing your body. You'll notice the rib cage is rotating one way and the hips rotate the other way. It's like wringing out a towel. Each step you take is pumping cerebrospinal fluid up your spine. Each step you take is pumping the lymphatic system. As you breathe deeply into the back and the sides of the diaphragm, you create expansion, elongation, and alignment. So let's move on to a step push. And you'll notice here that I'm essentially doing an exaggerated walking. And I'm not just walking, I am doing more of a superhero punch. You'll notice that my upper body is rotated back to the left and my hips are rotated back to the right. And this is wringing out my entire myofascial chain, my entire body like a towel. And if you want to elongate, if you want to stand taller and straighter, this is a motion that is very beneficial to learn to do. So right here, you'll see I'm moving around a bit. Right now, I'm feeling that when I'm in this motion, I feel the tension and I feel resistance that comes from imbalances. And I feel that tension climax and eventually release, and that's when I'm moving on. I'm being really patient here. This isn't about doing a certain number of reps. This is about giving the body what it needs. This is about facing tensions, facing restrictions, being patient, being kind, being empathetic to my body, not going towards sharp pain and causing suffering in my body, but moving through tensions. So this is the step pull, basically the reverse of the movement that we just did. So you can do this on both arms, front and back. Right here, I'm taking my time to get into this position and really focusing on breathing into my left side thoracic concavity. So the lower back part of my rib cage is where I'm inhaling right now. And as I inhale, I apply light tension in that area to maintain that expansion. And I continue through the movement here, and you'll see that I'm wriggling in some of the adjustments that are happening. If you have a scoliosis, you have a collapse that is happening, a compression that is happening. So what I'm doing here to combat that is inhaling from the inside, creating expansion, as well as putting my body in a position that is going to loosen and break up any restrictions that are going to get in the way. Now, do keep in mind that I have a structural, very severe kyphoscoliosis, which means that it's very rigid, if not immobile, from in the middle part of my spine. Despite that, I'm able to get a lot of postural gains on top of that spine, and I think I'm really starting to get into some very previously rigid parts of my structural kyphoscoliosis part of the curve. So as I'm torquing tension from my feet, up my calves, up my thighs, into my hips, and then through my lower back, mid back, upper back, all the way down my arms, as I'm torquing that tension, I'm feeling that wave of tension, that wave of force travel up from the feet up. And that's where you get your alignment. Okay, let's move on to another functional patterns exercise, which is a front plank. Right here, I'm activating my postural pyramid, which is activating and tucking my glutes, which I think I could do a bit more of, bracing my lower abs, as well as extending through the upper mid-thoracic. Those three areas elongate and extend my spine. Here, I'm lifting up one leg at a time, keeping the hips and the pelvis stable, in order to really challenge my core. I think I really could be getting a bit more thoracic extension in there, but obviously that's the apex of the curve that I'm working against here. So this is a progression, a step up, more difficult from the front plank, lifting the knees up off the ground. And here I'm giving some movement to increase the challenge. So I'm moving my body in a figure 8 and circles with my shoulders above my hands and my hips above my knees, kind of feeling out any weaknesses, as well as building core strength that is dynamic to be able to move in different directions. Someone made a comment recently about being insecure with their shirt off in regards to other people seeing their curve. This is something that is psychologically really heavy for a lot of people to work through. I know, especially in my younger years, being concerned much more about it. Even when I went to get the assessment from the orthopedic surgeon about whether to do surgery, I think my primary reason why I was considering it at that time was so that it could actually that I could just look different, right? That I could look normal. That's all I really wanted at that time. But then I was faced with the fact that, I was going to have to live with this. This was a situation that that was there, and that there was very limited things that I could do about changing it. It turns out there's a lot of things that I should have been doing at that time, but, better now than never. At 40 years old, I am the fittest, the strongest, the most agile that I've ever been. And let me tell you about your posture. No one really cares. Some people ask, kids will ask sometimes, hey, what's up with your back? But they don't know, and they're just going to go about their lives. So I would tell you to do a couple things. One is to bite off, small experiences where you take your shirt off at the pool or at the beach, and you just kind of start doing it, and you start getting comfortable with it, no matter where you're at. That's one of the only ways through any type of fear, whether it's public speaking or otherwise. You just got to go through these things. And so start small and work your way up from there. And then beyond that, it is showing up for yourself. It's doing the work. It's building your best self, your mind and your body. And when you do that, you build confidence. You prove to yourself that you can show up, that you can do the work. And that eventually starts getting reflected in your body. And once you can do cool stuff in your body, you actually start building that confidence that will be a virtuous cycle in your body. You'll stand more confidently. You'll look more confident because you are. You've proven to yourself, despite these difficult challenges and issues that you've been going through, that you've shown up, you've given your best effort, and your best is enough. And when you've done that, there's no reason that the invisible judgments, these ideas, opinions, comments from other people would have any effect on that. Do not waste your life living in a prison made by your own mind, pretending you know what other people are thinking. It's all a reflection of you. So forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, and allow other people to be kind to you. Scoliosis and kyphosis is a collapse. You are falling over. There is a depression. There is a compression that is happening. The way out is up. The way out is in. When you inhale into your deepest, darkest part with care, love, kindness, forgiveness, you're going to find healing. You're going to find strength. You're going to find inflation. You're going to find elongation. You're going to find alignment. I've transformed my body with a spine that is fused in place. If you have any movement in your spine, use it. Otherwise, you will lose it. I could only imagine what I could do if I had a functional scoliosis or kyphosis. Right here, I'm starting to practice applying force in a way which is used for handstands. I've been working towards handstands for many years now. This is extremely challenging for me to do. It's been a process of building strength throughout parts of my spine that are very difficult to generate force and coordination in. But I'm getting there. Bit by bit, I'm getting there. Here's a single leg glute bridge. This is great for activating the glutes that may have been put out of a job because our lower back went to work, naturally bracing imbalances higher up. Oftentimes our hamstring and our lower back go to work instead of the glute. The glute is the big muscle because it should be doing a big part of our posture, but it gets put out of work. So this one's a great way to isolate that glute and to rebuild that brain-butt connection. Okay, that's it for now. A few different thoughts, few different exercises, but I think that gives you a good glimpse into what it actually means to work out in a way that is going to correct your posture in a real meaningful way. No matter how compromised or imbalanced you are, there are things you can do, and I'm showing them here on this channel. So click like, click subscribe, scan this QR code and join the Posture Dojo community. We have the Heightmaxxing protocol, which is designed for anyone with a compromised spine to build their best posture. It's a 12-week psychosomatic, holistic posture correction protocol. You'll learn super advanced maneuvers like this one right here, the wriggle, which is actually the first way as a baby that you used to move around, wriggling around on your back. If you have not done this since you were a newborn baby, I highly recommend doing it. This breaks up all of that stuck, adhesed myofascial structure. Wriggling connects the shoulder blades to the glutes. This is an amazing myofascial reconstructing maneuver. So give it a go. Go out and be weird. Don't be worried what other people are thinking about the gym. I'm literally wriggling around on the floor without a shirt on. This is brilliant. So enjoy yourselves out there. Do what your body needs to do. Do what you need to do to build that confidence and stand tall and proud. Thanks for tuning in. Click like, click subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.